My father writes his first poem. It's titled, This Belt Comes Off. No. It's called, Don't Make Me Come Down There. My bad. It's called Boy, as in, boy, don't make me come down there, as in, boy, don't make me take this belt off, as in, I'm not sure if the nurse at the hospital wrote the wrong name down on the certificate, but my father never seems to call me anything. But my father writes his 8th poem. It's called, Why Is There a B on This Report Card? And he somehow manages to rhyme the words inadequate with failure, disappointment with rejection, and I hate this poem, because every time he repeats it, I don't get to do shit for like 6 weeks. My father writes his 12th poem. It's called, Money Doesn't Grow on Trees, and my father loves to recite this poem. So I try not to give him copious opportunities to perform, because I know this poem by heart, because this poem continues to shit on my dreams, because this poem is the reason my friends stopped inviting me to things, because I know where the money comes from. It comes from time spent anywhere but with me. My father wakes up at 4 a.m. every morning, drives an hour to work at Texas Instruments, works a grueling 8-hour shift doing mechanical engineering, interspersed with a 20-minute nap in his car if he's lucky. Then he drives 30 minutes to the soccer fields to coach the kids of wealthier families in the 100-degree heat for 3 hours. Then he comes home to me, to a son who gets a B on his report card. My father writes his 15th poem. It's called, I Love... now that I think of it, I don't think he ever told me the name of that one. My father writes a haiku. It goes, you have no idea what the real world is like. One day, boy, you will learn. My father writes his 17th poem. It's titled An Apology. There were no words in it yet, just an email subject from Wells Fargo telling me my college loan application's been approved in his name. Co-signing my unconventional dreams, my father writes his 18th poem. It's called Call Me If You Need Anything, and I don't read it for years. Maybe it was the title. Something about it rang hollow. My father writes his 21st poem. It's called Son, Don't Catch These Hands. Wait, that's wrong. It's called These Hands Will Catch You, Son. It's called My Phone Rings and I Don't Answer because my mental health is falling apart. I don't want my father to think his son is weak. My father writes his 22nd poem. It's called I Will Come Down There. It's a response poem to one I wrote titled I Don't Think I Can Do This Anymore. And this poem, y'all, it is a lifesaver. Part motivation, part resuscitation, packed full of 22 years of empathy. I didn't think my father could pen, let alone express openly. And you know those poems that speak to the core of you, that take up residence and the you don't know how to talk about yet. That was this poem for me, coming from a man who I thought at best tolerated, at worst loathed me for not living up to what he thought a son should be. My father doesn't write poetry. I'm lucky if I can get him to use an emoji in a text message, and that's okay. Because nowadays, every time we speak, he doesn't let me leave without telling me that he's here for me, that he's proud of me, that he loves me, and that right there, that's my favorite poem.